good morning. Are we live? Thursday today. No, it's not Thursday, it's Friday. I'm thirsty. Right, where's my tissue? Where is my tissue? Anyone joining me today? Hey, it's Sue and Ali. Hello. Oh, Ali likes a warrior flow. Morning. Sort myself out. Sue, Ali, Claire. Hello, hello, hello. Here's Sarah Louise Pierce. Left it too late, didn't you, sir? Say, for your chocky mint shake. Morning, Catherine. Yeah, ready for your first Friday flow. Ali Hughes is back. Coolio. Cool. Hi, Valerie. Hey, Judith. Oh, do you know, this, isn't it such a nice feeling? Okay, Sarah Louise Pierce is watching. She'll know this exactly how I'm feeling. Isn't it lovely when you see all these people start to join you? It's like, yeah, you're watching. Hello, hello, hello. Isn't it nice? It's a lovely feeling. Good morning, smiley face Valerie. So who else is going to be here for Friday Flow? Who else? So I've moved back indoors today. Hey Judy. Yeah, I did enjoy my treat, Jan, thanks. You mean my red wine, cherries and dark chocolate treat? It's very nice. I mean, just those three things just go really well combined, don't they? So I've moved back indoors today because it's cloudy. There's a very cool out there, and I am really nesh, right? So if like a bit of breeze blows on me, I just get goosebumpy or like about the choc mint. You leave it too late, sirs. Told you, you need to get your chocky mint in. Yeah, it's just so nice to get these messages. Yeah, so I thought I'm coming back inside today because it's just a bit chilly for me. Ruth. So I know I lost you a few times yesterday when internet kept dropping off. We'll see what happens today, but I think you all did really well. I know a lot of you messaged me and said you just kept with it. Jan was thrilled that the pause was during tranquility pose and you could just stay there. So that was good. So on day 21 of our yoga, so it's a great feeling for people to be loving their bodies by getting them moving. Great feeling, Sarah, when people, it's like when you and anyone's going to show up, you give your time and it's like, let's come on camera, and you just don't know if anyone is going to show up today or start jumping on and they're like, hi, it's just so nice to interaction. So very grateful, thank you. So we did our warrior on day 21. Can you believe it was that long ago? We are now on day, what day did I say it was? 43. Morning, Heather. So yeah, it's that long ago since we did our warrior flow. So we are going to do it again today. I know Ali in particular liked the warrior flow, didn't you, Ali? So we'll see what we remembered. See if I remember what it is. So we're going to be starting on the feet and we are going to be using our sun salutations to come in and out of our warrior postures. Okay, so excuse me. A little froggy. I'll mention it now while some of you are on in case I lose some of you at the end. Next week, I'm going to start to wind down some classes. So I think I will be able to work next week. So I'm going to start doing some massages and reflexology and treatments here at my house for people that want to come here for an appointment, and some private yoga lessons if anybody wants to come and have a private one-to-one yoga lesson. So I'm just going to start to wind down these classes. So next week there won't be a class on Wednesday. So I'm doing Sunday evening as normal, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Thursday, Friday and Sunday next week, okay? And then we'll just take it week by week and see as things get lifted, you know, how the work comes in and how busy we get. So feels weird, doesn't it? We said we'd do this during lockdown, and I think we thought it was going to be a couple of weeks, and here we are 8 weeks later. Anyway, rambling. What time is it? Let's go. It's 3 minutes past 10. So let's stand up. Let's just warm the shoulders up, just do a few shoulder rotations. So it was all kind of tranquil and peaceful yesterday, apart from internet going. A little bit more energy today. So just give those shoulders a nice big roll. And straight away, yoga is about this awareness of your body. So, you know, we're rolling the shoulders. Yeah, we can be looking at other things, but noticing what's happening in your body. So straight away, as soon as I lifted my shoulders here, I felt a little twinge in the top of this right shoulder. You know, I've been up for a few hours now, and this is the first time I felt this, just this action. Let's roll them up the other way. So this is what we want to bring to our practice, is awareness of how your body feels, how your mind feels. You know, your postures don't have to be perfect, otherwise it'd be called yoga perfect, not yoga practice. And even that, going forward, really make these rolls nice and big. Get those shoulders up to your ears, pushing forward, squeeze. Coming on, Lana. Hi, Lana. Jan, looks like I lost you and you came back. Caroline, hello. Sorry, I got a little froggy today. Okay, let's take the arms out and just open and close, open and close. Give a hug. Not our normal yoga moves, but we just want to get these shoulders nice and warm to bring some movement there. And let's take them up and down, up and down. My shoulders are feeling a bit tired today, is it? Hey, my mind feels quite bright. Okay, and let's come to centre. Taking those feet a little bit closer, we're going to start off a few rounds of our flow, just to let the back of the body open a bit, get that nice big movement again through the shoulders. And we're going to come into our sun cells. Morning, Tanya, we've just started now. Okay, so I'm going to turn side on for our flow. Hands together, thumbs to the heart, shoulders back and down, zipping up pelvic floor. Feel the connection, the inhale and the exhale. Inhaling down, out and up. Exhaling to the floor, soften those knees, push the bum away, relax the neck. Halfway up, shoulders back, spine is long. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way up, push into the floor, lift the arms, lift the chest. Exhale back to the heart. Down, out and up. Good morning. Good morning, Val. Exhale down to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders back towards the hips, lengthen the spine. All the way over, nose to toes. And lifting up, and make sure you draw in your belly as you lift up. It's going to protect your back, no strain in the back. Inhaling, feel the breath. Exhaling, flow it to the floor. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, all the way over. Inhale, all the way up. Just feel this breath-body connection. Exhale, back to the heart. Inhaling down, out and up. 2 more, just like this. Exhale to the floor. Halfway up, long. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way up, belly in, palms together. Exhaling back to the heart. Last one. Inhale, big movement. Exhale to the floor. Halfway up, shoulders back. All the way over, nose to toes. And all the way to the top. Exhaling to the heart, sun salutation. So facing the short edge of your mat, come to the top of your mat, hands together, thumbs to the heart, belly in, spine long, inhaling, lifting up, little back bend, exhale to the floor, palms down. Trying to stay on camera today, seem a bit off. Right foot stepping back to the back of your mat. Left knee comes to the floor, lengthen through the spine. Hold it here, drop through the hips. Remember, the first one I always take nice and slow just to feel that opening through the hips. Okay, ready for plank. Hands on the floor, step that right foot back to the left into plank. Taking a little change in our sun salutations today because we're working warriors. We want to open the hips. So we're going to leave out cobra. We're going to drop the knees wide. Big toes together. Bum. Back. Next inhale. Come back onto the hands. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Remember, don't let your rib cage jump down to the floor. Keep the rib cage in, keep the abdominals in. And right foot step into the top of your mat. Any way you can, taking that foot back between the hands. Lengthen up the spine. And left foot stepping forward. Inhaling all the way up to the top. Exhaling, hands down to the sides. Inhaling, palms together. Exhaling. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg stepping back. Knees down, spine is long. Anybody else's body creaks in certain places when you move? My knees make a terrible noise. They don't actually hurt. They just make a really strange creaking sound like they need oiling. Anybody else? Okay, right foot step back to our plank. So don't get lazy here, don't dump down into the lower back, keep the core lifting, core engaged, thighs lifting, heels push away. Remember, half plank's always there for you with the knees on the floor. And drop those knees wide as your mat. Big toes together, bunch of heels, open up through those hips. And back onto the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips downward facing up. Left foot stepping to the top of the mat, right knee down to the floor. Lengthen and lift. Use your breath, nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And tuck the toes, lift the knee, step it forward, bring those feet together. Keep the chest low, fold forward. Next inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, palms together. Exhale. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Right leg step back, knees down, spine is long. Left leg step back to plank. Knees drop wide, toes together, bunch of heels. Inhale, back onto the hands. Exhale, downward dog. Lift those hips high, lengthen the spine, and then see if you can get those heels towards the floor. Right leg to step forward. Remember, use your core to draw that thigh up to the rib cage. And left foot to step forward. Chest is low, forward fold. Inhaling all the way up, push through the feet, pulling the belly. Exhale, hands to the sides. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. You might be feeling a little bit warmer. Exhale to the floor. Heart might be going a little bit faster. Left leg step back. Knees down. Spine is long. Right leg step back to plank. Knees drop wide, bunch of heels. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Left leg stepping forward. And lengthen. And right leg stepping forward. Forward fold. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, hands down. This is where we start to change things. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold forward. Right leg stepping back. Knees down, spine is long. Left foot stepping back to plank. Knees rock wide, bum to heels. Don't lose control of your breath. Feel that lovely flow in and out. And up onto the hands and downward facing dog. Here's where we change. Right leg stepping forward. Keep that left knee off the floor. Okay, we're going to swivel that left heel down onto the floor. Bend your right knee deeply. Plant your feet. Ground. Pull in your belly. Facing forward, you're facing the same direction as those right toes. Your knees traveling over the center toes. We're coming all the way up into warrior one. So we don't want to let the bum stick out. Don't want to let the ribs stick out. We're going to let those bum cheeks slide down. Pull up the pelvic floor. Pull in the lower ribs. Stay active in your core. Don't dump into your lower back. Lengthen those arms. Exhale, sit deeper. We're pushing down into the outside edge of that back foot, that left foot. Your right knee, watch it's not rolling in. We want it traveling over those center toes. Feel the firmness of the legs, your front leg pushing forward, your back foot pushing back. Feel the strength in the legs. Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. You're going to keep your legs exactly where they are. You're going to twist to your left from your waist. So twist into the left, your arms come shoulder height. Warrior two. Are you there? Watch this right knee hasn't rolled in over your big toe. Right knee is open. Arms out to the side. Reach through the fingertips. Few breaths. Your exhale, maybe you can sink a little bit deeper. Just watch the alignment with this right knee. You don't want the knee traveling over your toe. It's going to put too much strain on your knee. So knee is over ankle. So take a wider step if you need to. Okay, going to flip that right palm up to the sky. Reach into the right. So see this right side of the rib cage, you want to lengthen. You want to lengthen the left side of the rib cage. And then with the length, ribs away from the waist, you're going to reach down, left hand down towards that left calf, right hand up to the sky, reverse your warrior. Nothing's changed in these leg positions. Still got that nice deep knee bend in that right leg. Yeah, your thigh might be on fire right now. Pelvic floor lifted, belly is in. Your gaze can be up or it can be down towards your left foot, whatever feels good for you. And next inhale, we're going to windmill those arms all the way down to the floor. Let that back foot swivel around on the toes. So all 10 toes are facing forward. Step back to your plank. Knees drop wide. Bum to heels. Back up, hands and knees, same on the left. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips, downward dog. I'm just going to whiz around so I haven't got my back to the camera. Left leg stepping forward. Right heel swivels to the floor. Bend that left knee nice and deep. Pull in the belly. Inhale, push into those feet as we lift into our warrior. We're long. Feel like your rib cage is being lifted up out of your waist. Bend that left knee. Pull in the belly, lift the pelvic floor, arms squeezing towards the ears and drop those shoulders down away from the ears. Few breaths. Engage the legs, nice and active. From your waist, twist into the right. Open up those arms, shoulder height, fingers away, warrior two. Watching this left knee is not rolling in, trying to keep it out, so using all these muscles, the outside of that thigh, in the glutes. So your warrior two might be up here, might be here, might be here. This is really where I should be. I'm being lazy today. Few breaths. Let's reverse the warrior. Flip that left palm. Lengthen the waist, reach into it, and flip your warrior. So you want to feel all this opening down the left side. If you're feeling the right side of your waist, it means you haven't lengthened enough before you folded, and that rib is stuck down into your waist there. So you need to lift and lengthen before you fold. And windmill those arms down to the floor. Step back into your plank. Knees, heels. Few breaths. And onto the hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Exhale. Downward dog. Right foot stepping to the top of your mat. Left foot to the floor. Back to our warrior one. Press down into the feet, pull in the belly, lift the chest, pelvic floor lifted. Warrior one. On the right. And step back a little bit. Oh, just trying to keep in shot a little bit. Few breaths. So you should feel a little stretch in that left hip flex, the front of the left hip. If you haven't, it might mean that you're pushing your bum out too much. See this action, you push the bum out, the ribs forward, pull it back. Back bend comes from the upper part of the spine. Interlock the fingers, make a steeple with the hands, and start to fold from your hip crease. Bring in the belly and the rib cage to the thighs. Do you know what's coming? We've done warrior one, we've done warrior two. We need to do warrior three. Lift that left heel off the floor. Push into those left toes. Lift that left heel all the way up. Flex the foot. Little toe down towards the floor. Lengthen the spine. Don't look to the floor, look to your... You'll end up on your nose. Stretch out. Bend that right knee, bring the left foot to the floor. Warrior one. Did you do it? Did you manage to get the left foot up without falling? Bring those hands back behind you. Interlock the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders together. Humble warrior. Again, folding from your hips. You're going to drop to the inside of that right thigh. So your right shoulder trying to drop to the inside of the right thigh. And then lift your arms up and over your head. Your gaze is towards the back of your mat. Relax the neck, relax the head. Reconnect to the breath. Next inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, push into those feet. Lift the arms. And hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Whoa. Wow. Drop those knees wide, toes together, bum to heels. Just enjoy this moment. This is downward. It's downward facing warrior. It's like, what is it? Downward facing warrior. So you've got our warrior A, warrior B, warrior C, and now our downward facing warrior, Adho Mukha Virasana. What else do we have? Reclined warrior, humble warrior. All of the warriors. Come up onto the hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips. And again, step that left foot to the top of your mat. Right heel drops to the floor. Press into those feet. Pull up the belly. Lift the head. Remember, this is your practice, so if you need to pause, if you need to breathe, if you need to stop, do so, and then just join back in when you're ready. So I want to get our warrior leg poses. Push down into that right outside of the right foot. Left knee is bent. Pelvic floor is up, belly is in. Arms lifting high. Shoulders away from the ears. Few breaths here. Are you ready? So your drishti is forward. Don't look to your toes or that's where you'll end up. So your drishti is forward. Interlock those fingers, make your steeple. Fold over that thigh. Lift the right heel off the floor. Little step in. Push into those back toes. Lift that back heel. Push through that back heel. Little toe down towards the floor. You don't want to lift your hip so high. So both hip bones facing the same direction. Few breaths. Bend that left foot, that left knee down to the floor. Back to your warrior one. Release the hands. Interlock the fingers, take them behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Humble warrior, fold from your hips. You're dropping to the inside of that left thigh. So your rib cage, your shoulders coming to the inside of the thigh. Bring those arms up as high as you can. Gazes towards your back foot. Both feet active into the floor. Pull in the belly. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. Oh, nearly fell over. Release the hands, take them down to the floor, step back into plank. Drop the knees wide, bum to heels, downward facing warrior. Stretch out. You know, because we've been, like this is day 43, because you're really familiar with your warriors now, unless you've only just started doing class, we're going to put both of those together and we're going to move with the breath, posture to posture. So it's going to be a little bit faster. Are you ready? I think we're ready. Okay. Come up onto the hands and knees. So at some point I'm going to have my back to you because I won't have time to turn around. Okay, it's going to be that quick. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down the dog. Right foot stepping forward, left foot to the floor. Inhale, come up into your warrior one. Lift the arms, chest is forward. Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. Twist to your left, arms out to the side. Palm up, reach up and reverse. Reaching over the head. Lovely. Hands down to the floor. Step back, plank, knees drop wide, bum to heels. See, is that quick? It's done. Inhale onto the hands, exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. And left foot stepping forward, right heel to the floor, bend that left knee, pull in the belly. Inhale, lift it up, warrior one. And next inhale, warrior two. Flip that left palm, reverse your warrior. Windmill those hands down to the floor, into your plank. Step back. Knees drop wide, bum to heels. First section done. Let's do it. Warrior 1, warrior A. Warrior 3, your balance. Humble warrior. Ready? Come up onto the hands. Downward dog. Exhale. Right foot stepping forward. Left foot planted. Warrior A. Virabhadrasana A. Interlock the fingers. Make your steeple. Fall forward. Lift that left foot off the floor. Warrior 3. Bend that right knee. Left foot back down. Back to warrior 1. Release the hands. Interlock the fingers. Shoulders together. Exhale. Humble warrior. Fold from your hips. Drop to the inside of that right leg. Arms reaching over the head. Next inhale. Coming up. Release the hands. Drop those hands down to the floor. Step back into your plank. Drop the knees wide. Bum to heels. Stretch it out. We're nearly done. That was it. That was so quick, wasn't it? Okay, last one, this side. Come up onto the hands. Last of our warriors. Not quite finished. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Left foot stepping forward. Right heel to the floor. Warrior 1, plant your feet, pull up the belly, lifting high. Just because it's faster, don't be tempted to just jump and go with momentum. Think about the posture. Interlock the fingers, make your steeple, fold forward from your hips. Lift that back heel, travel forward, transfer the weight onto your front leg. Lift that back heel off the floor. Warrior C. I know I've gone off camera. I just tend to look at the camera and lost balance. Bend that front knee, back down to the floor. Release the hands, interlock the fingers behind the back. Shoulders together. Exhale, humble warrior. Inside of the thigh. It's hard to talk this fast and breathe and do. Few breaths here. And inhale to come up. Release those hands down to the floor. Step back into your plank. I'm going to turn around this way. Step back to plank. Knees drop wide. Bum to heels. Time to rest. Few breaths. Did you manage it? It's quite fast, wasn't it, that last part? Just using the breath to take us from one posture to another. So return to your breath, get your breath back. Just going to do a little core work. Ready? Hands to the floor. Shoulders over wrists. Tuck those toes, lift the bum. Downward dog. Okay. Three-legged dog. So right leg lifts up. When we lift the leg up, don't again be tempted to drop the rib cage to the floor. Keep the rib cage engaged, keep the belly engaged. Right knee to right elbow. So shoulders travel over the wrists. Knee to elbow, using your abdominal muscles to keep that knee high. Inhale, stretch that leg up and back, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, scoop up the belly, round the spine, knee to nose. Inhaling, lift it up. Right knee to left elbow, so we've got a little plank twist. Hold it there, squeeze and breathe. Going to extend that right foot out to the left. Whoa, take the outside of the right foot down to the floor. So your right leg is crossed underneath you. Transfer your weight into your right hand and swivel onto the big toe side of your left foot. So we're on little toe of the right foot, big toe of the left foot. Lift that arm high, falling triangle. So try not to dump into the waist. Lift the hips, lift the waist to the sky. Breathe. Look how beautiful you are. Left hand to the floor. Bend that left knee so we don't strain or twist the knee. And then bring that right leg through. Downward dog. Knees drop wide. Bum to heels. Take a breath. And turning round so don't crash into the wall. Ready to do the other side? Okay, here we go. It's the last big effort, and then we're going to come down in, just do a nice forward fold. And a little twist. Okay, onto the hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down the dog. Okay, big effort. Really use your abdominal muscles. Left leg lifting up. Left knee to left elbow. So shoulders travel forward over the wrists. Knee to elbow. Inhale, lift it up high. Knee to nose. Squeeze up the belly. Use your core round the spine. Next inhale, lengthen and reach. Left knee to right elbow, little plank twist. Squeeze the core. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. Left leg extends out to the side. Oh boy, I am hot. So on the outside of your left foot, we're going to take the weight into that left hand. Swiveling round to the big toe side of your right foot. Lift those hips forward and triangle. Anybody else sweating? It's hot. Press into that left hand, lift the hips, lift the waist. Really good for your obliques. Those big muscles around the waist. Right hand down to the floor. Bend your right knee so we don't twist it. And step that left foot back. Knee to the floor. Bum to heels. Bring those arms back towards the feet. Give the shoulders a rest. Reconnect with your breath. Nice long breaths. And lift the head, lift the chest. Bring those legs in front. Stretch them out. Oh, Sarah Hogan's is on. Sarah, what are you actually doing? I haven't seen you on my yoga lately. Maybe you've been at work in the mornings. Okay, I'm going to stretch those legs out in front. Feet are flexed, toes are back. Hi Kim, Kim's on as well. And Brenda, lovely to see you. Pelvic floor is lifting. Belly is in. Spine is long. Take the hands down by the hips. I'm going to start to crawl the hands forward. Now, don't want to lose your belly button. This is not what we want. So front of the body stays proud and active. The back of your body starts to push forward. So imagine you're trying to push your spine, sternum towards your breastbone. Maybe this is as far as you can go. Maybe that's it. And then your hamstrings and your back muscles stop you. So being here is amazing. If you can feel it, I'd rather you be here than have your head to your knees here. Okay, this is not what we want. So stay in here. Maybe you can come a little bit deeper. Pause, breathe, reconnect. If you got through that last part of the flow, I salute you. I wasn't going to do that, but I thought, it's day 43 or whatever it is. Let's go, let's do it. A few breaths. Hope I haven't killed you. If you can take hold of your ankles, take hold of your ankles. If you can take hold of your big toes, You've got 2 fingers between the big toe and the second toe, and then we hook them around the toes, thumbs on top. Yeah, and let's squeeze your toe into your fingers, hook onto those. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Breathe. And then your exhale, you bend your elbows. So don't think about moving your spine. Just bend your elbows. Brings your chest closer to your thighs. And think about getting your nose to your toes and lengthen. And next, inhale. And lift the head, lift the chest. Release the hands back to the hips. Come down onto the back. Knees are bent, feet on the floor. Feet are hip distance apart, so they're not wide. Coming closer together, so there's a little space between the feet, quite close to the bum. Hands down by the hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades together underneath you, so you might need to press into the elbows, lift the chest, bring the shoulder blades together. And as we inhale, we're going to push those feet down into the floor, as if you're trying to push the floor away. As you push into the floor, it's going to lift your bum, lift your thighs, lift your hips, lift your belly, lift your chest. Push into those shoulders, lift the chest higher. Maybe we stay here. If you want to come up and down with the breath, you exhale down, inhale to lift, move in bridge. Otherwise, we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So if you're high, you might be able to bring those shoulders even closer together. Clasp your fingers underneath, interlock your hands, your fingers. Press into the shoulders, press into the feet. Don't let those knees splay open, thighs are parallel. Squeeze the thighs together. Reaching the hands towards the feet. Few breaths. And gently release those hands. Spine rolls down to the floor. Tailbone, last thing to touch. Bring the knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Have a little rock side to side. Okay, who got really hot and sweaty then? Maybe I should have stayed outside with that cooler breeze. I thought at first, like, oh, it's too cold. And halfway through that, I was like, I really should have been outside. Take those arms out, shoulder height, palms to the floor. And then let both knees drop over to the right. Left thigh stacked on top of right thigh. Taking that twist up the spine. So your gaze, if it feels okay in your neck, looking over to your left hand. Mine is on the wall here, just taken to goalpost arms. And then coming back centre. And then dropping over to the left. Right thigh stacked on top of left thigh. Remember, the higher you bring your knees towards your rib cage or your shoulder, the higher up the spine you're going to twist. But please don't force it. Some people's spines just aren't ready for that. Or particularly if you've got herniated discs, any problems in the distal vertebrae of the spine, you need to take your twist more gently so your knees will be a little bit further down the mat. Isn't it funny that by the time we've come onto the floor, done a little posture, you take a few breaths in your Shavasana, you forget about how challenging, how hot we got. I'm probably starting to cool down a little bit now. Bring the centre. And let those legs come out straight. Arms down by the side, up to the sky. A few breaths. Just notice anything that sort of came up in that practice. So anything that didn't feel right in your body, any challenges you came across, any restrictions, and notice the places now that feel more open, where you've created some space. Just let that heaviness take over. There's nothing you need to do right now. There's nothing your body needs to do. Just let heaviness take over, melt down into the floor. And please feel free to stay here for a few minutes longer. Just come back to your breath and give yourself a body scan. If you're going to finish your practice with me, right now we're going to bend the knees, we're going to roll over onto the side, gently push up to a comfortable seated position. Hope you enjoyed it. All Frida stayed with me. Yay! Thank you so much. So, or just after we started. From next week, I'm going to start to reduce the classes a little bit because people are starting to work now. I'm going to start to work from next week. I'm just going to start to do some work from home with some massages, some reflexology, some one-to-one yoga classes. So there won't be a class on Wednesdays going forward. So we've got Sunday night as usual, and we've got Monday morning, Tuesday morning. I will put a post up there to remind you. And we're just going to start to follow week by week and start to reduce the classes down. If anybody is wanting to leave lockdown feeling fitter, then help. Maybe lockdown has been for you and we've started to reach for the biscuit tin in the kitchen. I know I have. Every weekend I'm baking cakes or something. Myself and Sarah and Louise, Wellness Boost, a 16-day wellness boost with the products that we use for our health. If anyone wants to join us on that, please drop one of us a message and we'll tell you all about it. Again, I'm going to be putting a post up there as well. So thank you. Jan, just a bit, yay, could lift the one leg off the other. Yeah, that's typical, Jan. Our balance is always better on one side than it is on the other. So just trying, just going with it, see how it feels, and just noticing those differences as well makes a great yoga practice. Don't forget your gratitudes. First and foremost to yourself, to your practice, and to someone or something in your life that you feel grateful for today. Have a beautiful weekend. I will see you Sunday evening for our Sunday night yin. And if you're not there Sunday morning, thank you so much. Take care and stay healthy. Namaste. Thank you.